Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LRS Stock Car Pro Series, where we're here for round 9 at Watkins Glen. For the Bartopia 40 at Watkins Glen. 8 laps, of course, at the short version, not the boot version, and the short version. As we're currently taking a look at the standings, we have Apollo in first with a total of 21 points. Stretch in second with a close second with 18 points, and Smokier in third with 16. Sam, Lint, and Slomnut all three duking it out with a total of 15 points, all fighting for that fourth spot. Artie with 11, and MTL, who skyrocketed himself into a safe margin after he was down on points for a while. He secured himself a win at Circuit de la Sarre, and he secured himself another season at Pro Series. Shiny also with 8 points, and Zach at the bottom with 7. Just keep an eye out on that. Those are the drivers I would say you should keep an eye out on, but also the battle for the top spot is about to get ready and load up the race. Of course, the final race of LRS season, or the LRS Stock Car Season 4 just overall, we will have the Daytona finale. Of course, with both Am and Pro all coming together and racing against one another. Which we'll see the absolute insanity that is. The Daytona finale, the greatest race in LRS. So currently taking a look at the qualifying session here. We have Zach up first, who's coming out here at Watkins Glen. The 43 had an okay, well, he didn't already have an okay. He was pretty much in the midfield, almost at the back. So let's see if he could perform good here. Of course, Watkins Glen, a really, really good place to race at. And same story for Sam. He also has done some good stuff here and there at Watkins Glen. As we're gonna see Zach start off his lap, and he's gonna start his qualifying run right here. We're also taking a look at Artie, the driver who, of course, won a Watkins Glen race here. He won the Bartopia 40 beforehand. And also in Season 5, the M Series will also be racing here at Watkins Glen. Not at the same time, but at a different time. They'll be racing here for round 5, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think it's round 5 that they'll be racing here. And for round 5, of course, the Pro Series will be doing the Buckshot Bros 100, which we had this time in LRS, and it went fantastic. Definitely one of my favorite races that we had in Season 4. And of course, 25 laps sounds a lot, but it goes by really fast. Sam currently a pole position with a 109.221. So taking a look at all the other drivers coming over to the finish line, including Artie Sloan there, and now Linz, who gets himself into fifth, and by MTL into third with a 109.375. Currently looking at the driver who is fifth here at the Watkins Glen. And Apollo, who skyrockets himself all the way to fourth in the standings, shoots himself up there. Great run right there for the number 4. Almost at the 21, but the 21 is an M, not in Pro. And Shiny getting herself into second with a 109.312. Now Smoker coming into the pits. And Smoker now really doing well, currently in 9th for 109.772. As we have 5 minutes remaining. And of course, for the future of LRS, and I've talked about this in Circuit de la Sarre, the Le Mans off-grid showdown. All the qualifying in every series will be 10 minutes. Will not change it even higher or lower, because it's just a perfect amount. You know, you got the track with Nordschleife, you just have to be fast. Lol, you just have to be fast. The other things like Circuit de la Sarre, you also have to just be fast. And the other ones are just like, you know, they're like, we don't race on super long tracks. I mean, you don't go to Shanghai and it's like, oh, you get a run of 3 minutes something. No, you only get at the Nordschleife or the South. Well, not even at Nordschleife. Nordschleife is 7 minutes. But like, we'll not have like a moment where like, you know, a qualifying run is more than 10 minutes. Unless we'll race on like Isle of Man. But like, we're not gonna race at Isle of Man. So looking at Zach currently in third with a 109.56. Doing all right so far, doing pretty fine. And the 43 in the standings, not that much. But looking at him being in third, I think he could secure himself a spot here for the season, the next season, season 5. Of course, I need to double check this. I do not want to just randomly spout info without knowing or without having it confirmed 100%. So give me a second. I need to look up something, because I think Zach will be staying or leaving LRS stock car. I think he'll be leaving stock car and going to GT and Formula, but I'm not sure. Give me a second. I'm gonna just look it up. Yeah, Zach will be leaving stock car and he'll be going to Prototype and Formula. So he'll be racing in the Prototype series, and in the Formula series he'll be racing with the Audi in Prototype, and of course he'll be racing in Formula, which everyone drives the same car over there, because we don't want to have the whole manufacturer BS over there. Oh, Scratch coming a bit into the grass over there. I think the battle over there got a bit heated. Not necessary, gentlemen. Not necessary at all. But Scratch is a smoker as a bit of a, or Scratch is in, that's not smoker, it's Audi, excuse me, I've been saying smoker. It's Audi. Scratch is already a bit of a crutch at the moment. Oh, well, all 3 of them, no, 2 of them are going to the pits, but Scratch is running out complete bogarted over there due to Audi trying to get into the pits. Oh yeah, you're not going good right there, 40-22. We have less than a minute remaining. Time is ticking, and this is the BD lap for multiple drivers. That includes the 4 of Apollo here, who's currently in 6th, 7th, excuse me. Apollo currently in 7th, 2 milliseconds off of Glen's run. But if he could do that, he could get himself back to 6th, possibly into 5th. Or if he could do even faster, get himself to the top 3, but it depends on how Shiny and MTL will also be driving. Sam knows that he's secured and he got himself that pole position, but I would love to see the other drivers completely shock Sam and his racing team. Or Sam and his, Sam's pit and his pit members. MTL coming to the pits, I think is also secured, or is confident enough that he'll stick with a 2nd. Looking at Scratch and Zach. Scratch, of course, all the way in 9th. Not a great run for him so far, but he should also not be worried about anything in terms of points, since he's already secured a minimum of 10, so he should be alright for the next upcoming seasons. Also, just realized there's like 2 Fords in Pro Series, but both of them coming to the pits. Who else needs to drive? Oh, Scratch is about to come over to the finish line. No Broomer from him, it looks like. And also no Broomer from Zach, because he went into the pits. How about Apollo? Crosses the line. Let's see where he will get. No improvement. Making that your top 5. Sam, MTL, Shiny, Slaughternaut, and Zach. As we are about to get ready. And we're going green, racing in for 8 laps for the Bartopia 40 at Watkins, Glen. Into turn 1, and this is where Sam has to restart pushing and pulling. MTL, same story. Gets a bit off, but it is alright. It is allowed here, Watkins, Glen. Ooh, both of them got really close. And now Sam has to kind of duck back. Oh, hits the wall. Same story with Shiny right there. Now both of them had to kind of like move behind and had to stick behind. And now Slaughternaut trying to find a way to get ahead. Apollo climbing himself back up. He got ahead of Linz, but he's now side to side with Linz. Now about to be break. They about to break that side to side at the chicane. And Linz ahead of Apollo over there. Of course, Shiny and Zach both on a mission, because their race, their entire Pro Series situation is in a bit of a pickle at the moment. Of course, they're under 10 points, so they have to perform here, if not at the Daytona finale, but that's where chances are even smaller. So they have to do it here, or else they're going to have a really tough time at Daytona. And that's not a good thing, especially when you're going to go to the finale. You want to have that pressure off of your shoulders. It's a lap 2. MTL still leading. He might go for a back-to-back here. He's literally saying 1 is not enough for me. He already got enough points. He already got 10 points, but I think he wants to shoot it from a 10 to a 15. He wants to possibly get himself up front as Linz tries to squeeze that Chevrolet ahead of the Ford. But had to back off. Oh, hits the wall over there. Now Apollo has a bigger chance too. He could draft off of Linz right here. And he's going to try to overtake him at the bus-stop chicane. Backs off a bit because he knows if he tried to, he would have immediately gone to the runoff section. That is not a good thing. Now Apollo has to think again. He has to think of when to strike. It's a lap 4. MTL still up front with the pack, leading the field. Scratch trying to find a way to get ahead of Apollo. Now already trying to find a way to get ahead of Scratch. Yeah, you could see that Toyota try to wiggle around, find a way to squeeze that Toyota in between the wall and the Chevrolet, the number 22 Chevy of Scratch, and I try to get ahead, but it's not really working. It is bigger reward, and I know that Artie wants to rather play it safe than completely flop this entire race. And of course, MTL leading, but it's not by that much. It's not really by that sheer amount. I thought it was like a severe amount of domination, like over 1.5 seconds. No. Sam and Slon still have a shot to go at striking distance against MTL. They just need to keep the pace a bit. They just need to up the pace a bit more. And then both of them have a shot at trying to get that front spot away from MTL. The question is, when will they do that? No, Scratch had a little moment over there. Slipped a bit over there, but he has the car under control. That's the good thing. The rear stepped out for him for a split second. That was kind of funny. Artie also trying to find a way to get. He is getting closer though. He is at striking distance. The question is when will he strike? Because he is close to the 22 at the moment. And Sam is also pretty close to MTL. Slonut over a second behind Sam. A bit of an unfortunate situation, but Sam now has a bigger shot at trying to get possibly a win here. Although MTL's already led more than half of the race here at Watkins Glen. About to go into lap 7. Linz close to Zach. And Apollo not that close to Linz, however, but he is trying to keep it up. He is keeping it up. Of course, He's trying to apply pressure to Linz, but he's also getting pressure from Scratch. And he has to kind of juggle with it. But I do admit he is juggling with the situation very well at the moment. He's not on the. He's not really. His driving is definitely not like he's stressing out or anything. He is driving very, very calmly, and I love that. I love to see that. As a waving white flag, one more lap to go here at Watkins Glen. MTL over half a second ahead of Sam. He could get himself a victory here at the Bartopia 40. But it depends on how it'll be going. Apollo also keeping an eye out on how to... well, he is close though. He is close. He could try to get himself. He could, if he. Well, I don't think he could do a fifth at the moment, but he could definitely get ahead of Linz. That'll be a nice thing to see. But the battle for first is going to be super close because Apollo out of the top 5, but Slalom in there. Sam also in there. MTL in there. Shiny in there. So look at the MTL coming over to the last turn. He took a victory at Le Mans for the off-grid showdown. So even a black and white checkered flag. He goes back to back here at the Bartopia 40 at Watkins Glen. Sam is second. Slung on third, Shiny fourth, and Zach in fifth. What a race. Top 5 was MTL, Sam, Slonut, Shiny, and Zach. Fastest lap done by Sam. And oh boy. Now this is interesting. Take a look at this, people. We have Sam and Apollo who are going to duke it out for a championship at Daytona finale. These two are going to duke it out with tooth and nail at the finale. And I cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that. Of course, Sam and Apollo both tied with 21 points. Both duking it out for first place. Scratch and Slonut both duking it out for second. Or they're both duking it out for third. As Baltimore also tied. Excuse me. Smoker in fourth. MTL and Linz both in fifth. Of course, MTL who went back-to-back at Circuit de la Sarthe and also at Bartopia 40. Those two will duke it out over there. Linz, who also will be fighting with MTL for that 6th spot. Audi in 7th, or Audi in 8th, excuse me. Shiny, who just got herself that final necessary points. And Zach, who needs to perform at the finale. So until then, we'll see you guys at the Daytona finale. So until then, take care.